Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and yeah, let's go ahead and make this video again. I'm going to remake a video on this topic probably once every month because it's something that I think is actually one of the most absolute important topics in the fitness industry, and it can't be overstated enough. So let me put on my +5 hat of weaponsmithing, do a little bit of crafting, and let's talk about this. And to me, it's really scary because I see the whole online fitness world, particularly with the bodybuilding influence, and I see all these YouTubers out there who put out advice, and it just amazes me how badly so many of these guys are jacked up, messed up, rips, tears, pulls, have to wrap up just to train without pain anymore, and yet people continue to listen to them, and that's really a fucking scary thing when you think about it. Because these guys clearly don't understand the concept of training. They don't understand longevity of training. They don't understand that, when you guys start training now, a lot of you guys are 18, 19, 20. Now a lot of my audience is older. But you guys start training, if you want to stay in shape and strong and big your whole life, you really need to be training in an intelligent way so that you don't rip your shit up. That you don't have permanent lasting injuries. Because you guys know all those old men who are like, yeah, I used to bench press whatever weight till I snapped my shoulder up. And he just looks like basically a fat dude who's never touched a weight. Now, occasionally, of course, I get guys who joke with that about me in the comments, but seriously, guys, you guys see me deadlifting and stuff on camera all the time. I still put it up on my Instagram, just not as much here. But whatever, man, it's all good. But you know those guys, that's going to be you if you guys listen to these people who are snapping their shit up all the time. In 15 years, 20 years, when you're 40 years old, that's going to be you. Wouldn't you rather still be strong and fit and not hurt? I mean, I know there's this whole YOLO generation going on, but guys, seriously, longevity and training, you know what? And if you get hurt when you're 20, it really sucks because you do know you're going to get fat and out of shape when that happens, right? Just making sure you guys know that. That is what's going to happen. If you get a serious injury from listening to these idiots when you're too young, you're going to be like fat and out of shape when you're 22, 23. And all that hard work you put in, it's gone. It's wasted. You're done. A lot of you guys are going to quit as soon as you get hurt seriously. I've seen it happen dozens of times. Dudes get hurt and they stop. And there's no need to get hurt. But seriously, let's look at the list of guys out there. Some of these people who everyone listened to. I just covered Layne Norton yesterday. How many times has this guy been injured? An intelligent guy, has a PhD in nutrition and in biochemistry, clearly doesn't understand training programming or technique. His form's atrocious. Every coach out there calls him out on it. They call him out on his training workloads. They call him out on his technique, and he gets hurt over and over and over and over. And he doesn't listen, doesn't care, and he continues to have followers who worship him and honestly think his information's good, although he's had a half a dozen major injuries. He's going to be in a wheelchair before long. I bet you I would almost stake my reputation on it, although who cares, reputation of a YouTuber, right? That by the time he's 40, he's going to be in a wheelchair. It's inevitable the way he trains because he doesn't learn. He won't listen. Wright. Dude's always jacked up. Shoulder injuries, back injuries, yet he uses horrible technique. When he admits that he knows that his shoulders are hurt because of the way he bench presses, he uses a better technique for a few weeks and goes right back to the same shit that hurt him to begin with. These guys don't learn. Rashid, again, talks about there's no overtraining, no such thing as overtraining, or promotes overtraining as a good thing. He's always snapped up, hurt, having to wrap his shit up. Guy gets injured and hurt all the time. And the only reason he gets away with it is a combination of good genetics and drugs, but eventually it will catch up with him. I like CT Fletcher. I think he's entertaining as hell. One of the few fitness YouTubers I do like just because he's funny. But watch like his son deadlift. His son's deadlift is horrific. You deadlift like his son, you're going to get hurt. And he showboats it and everything, but displaying bad technique. And he talks about fuck good form, fuck Snap City. How many guys are going to get hurt taking that advice, listening to that bullshit? I understand he's a showman and entertaining, but come on, man. Who else? We had Mark Lobliner the other day, and I highlighted this, said a few weeks back, that, sore joints and tendons and aches and pains are just a normal part of training. No, they're not. They're a normal part of piss poor training, and he had a guy on his show talking about he's had like 6 major muscle tears, injuries, and saying, yeah, man, it just comes with training. Really? Because I can tell you guys, no matter how hardcore you think your training is, if you just backed off a little and learned to deload correctly and use better techniques, You'd make more gains over the next 2 or 3 years by getting no injuries than if you push too hard and you get 2 or 3 major injuries. Those injuries set you back every single time. Every major muscle pull, every muscle tear sets back your total progress. It pushes you backwards. If you gained muscle just 10% slower but never got hurt, you would actually be further along in the long term. You would make more total progress. Think about it. It's not about training harder. It's about training smarter. And I'm not saying not to train hard, because again, guys want to talk shit. But look, I lift reasonably heavy for the most part. I mean, you guys do see me repping out 500 pounds on the deadlift without a belt and no straps. I'm not exactly just playing around. I don't do a lot of volume, but I'm not in there playing around. So I'm not telling people not to work hard. But there's a difference between working hard and working stupid. And there's a big difference. You can work hard and still modulate your volume and workload. You can work hard and still deload on occasion. You can work hard and know when to fuck to back off before you snap something. And you know what? Knowing when to back off actually gives you the best gains, because there's overreaching, underreaching models in recovery that have been discovered. And we know that pushing a little more than your body can handle for short periods of time and then backing off and letting yourself recover actually has a lot of benefits. It's a very useful strategy. But you got to know how to do it correctly. It's not something you do arbitrarily and just hope you get it right. You better know what you're doing when you do that. But look at these other greats out there that are all busted up, and people still glorify them. But I'm like, man, look at their injuries. Ronnie Coleman, everyone calls him the GOAT in bodybuilding. And I'll say, even from a strength athlete perspective, I do respect the amount of strength the guy had, because again, I've always cared more about strength than bodybuilding. But goddamn, dude repping 800 pounds on a squat while cutting for a bodybuilding show. All right, that's impressive. I'm not gonna lie, that's fucking impressive. Dude was a beast. But look at his training style and his training methods and his techniques, and then look how snapped up he is. Not that long ago, he was in a wheelchair. I think he's up and walking again, but he had so much back damage that he's in a wheelchair. Dorian Yates, trained hard, but again, not properly programmed. Amazingly massive, biggest dude of his era in bodybuilding, and pretty strong to boot. Look at all the muscle tears. I mean, he's torn something like 2 triceps, a hamstring, I think a couple bicep tears, a pec tear. I mean, just tearing shit over and over and over. And then, but people look at that and go, oh, that's hardcore, that's awesome, and they want to emulate it. And I would say, guys, what's hardcore or awesome about destroying your body and ripping muscles off the bone all the time, and having to have reconstructive surgery on different muscles in your body, or having to rest up and take time off from training a muscle for 6 weeks because you caused a minor rip in it that didn't have to be repaired, but it needs 6 weeks to heal? Are you guys wanting to build your bodies up? Are you trying to gain muscle and strength? Or are you trying to pretend like you're hardcore because you injure yourself all the time? I mean, if you want to prove how hardcore you are and how masochistic you are, instead of actually doing something constructive, see these, shoot yourself in the foot with one of these on camera. I mean, you do something like that, you'll show everybody how hardcore and tough you are, because you can shoot yourself in the fucking foot. But you know what? It damages your body, and it only proves that you're stupid. That's what this stuff does. This whole ego thing of I'm going to train so hardcore that I rip stuff in my body and then keep doing the same stupid shit that hurt me. That's not hardcore. It's fucking stupidity. Let me rephrase that again. Lifting weights to get stronger and improve yourself is a very positive thing. Lifting weights in a way that causes you to injure yourself permanently because you rip something that needs to be repaired, or you herniate a disc, or rip a muscle off the bone and have to have it repaired, and then you keep doing the same stupid shit that hurt you before, isn't hardcore. It's fucking retarded. It's not hardcore, it's fucking retarded. I mean, the level of mentality thrown into that, everyone's going to tell me that Jason Genova is hardcore next. Think about it. The fact of the matter is, all these guys get hurt, and people want to continue to listen to what they say and emulate what they do. Why? You want to be hurt? You want to be injured? I thought all of us started lifting weights because we wanted to improve ourselves in some way. We wanted to be stronger, or we wanted to gain muscle, or we wanted to lose fat. We wanted something positive out of it. Or we just wanted to feel better about ourselves and more confident. Maybe we just wanted to be healthier. That's why most people start lifting weights. I'm going to assume everyone out there who watches these channels and looks up to these people, when they started lifting weights, one of those things was their goal. It was to do something positive with their life. but then they admire people who do stupid shit that destroys their bodies. Think about it. And you tell me that that has anything to do with fitness or anything else. Hell, I don't even like bodybuilding. Tell me that has anything to do with bodybuilding. Building your body doesn't consist of ripping tendons off the bone and cracking vertebrae in your back. Last time I checked, that doesn't build your body. That destroys your body. So what does any of that stupid shit have to do with any of these things? Nothing. It just has to do with people being idiots. And the fact of the matter is, people who want to follow these idiots and emulate them, I'll say it as nicely as possible, they're fucking idiots also. Don't be one of those guys. Lifting weights should make you stronger and healthier and improve your body and improve your longevity and quality of life. You shouldn't be ripping your body apart doing it. And if you are, and you're having to get into the point where you have to wrap things up and use sleeves and wraps and everything because of the pain in your training, you are on your way to Snap City already, because there's no reason to ever do that unless you're doing something wrong. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.